My name is Stephen Ikebude. I welcome you to this episode of the Stephen Ikebude Show. Today, on this episode, we have a special guest of honor. Please join me as I welcome Cynthia to the show. Cynthia.
Thank you very much for having me.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
How are you today?
Yeah, I'm fine.
I'm sure you look it. No, you look fine. You look fine.
Yes, getting accustomed to the Finnish darkness.
Yeah, we are in that time of the season where everything becomes apparently dark.
Waiting for the snow to just...
make it white again.
Yes, it makes quite a big difference. Have you noticed?
Oh, it does. It does. I think the snow has a way of illuminating even the driveways and the playgrounds for kids and the daily commuting that we do, in Finland.
Yeah, especially for us living in this countryside, because
it's a lot darker, I guess.
It's so dark. It's so dark in the morning. You're like, oh my God. And in the evening, it's the same. It starts to be. You leave when it's dark. You come back when it's dark.
I met someone one day while I was working, a native Finn, and he was asking me. He hopes I've been busy throughout the day. I said, well, it has been a quiet evening, and I asked him what about for him. He said he find it really frustrating living in Finland at this time. I'm like, what do you mean? He told me, how can you imagine? I wake up in the morning, it's dark. I get to work, I close work in the afternoon, it's dark. And then I go home, wanting to sleep, it's dark.
Yeah.
How am I supposed to
function?
So we are right now in the autumnal season. In Finland, we call it suksu. It's always darker than it should. It prepares us for the dark, long season of winter. Cynthia.
Yes.
It's really a pleasure to have you on today's show.
Thank you so much. It's also my pleasure to be here.
Thank you.
Yes.
We are in Vaasa, or better still, the Mustasaari part of Finland. Okay. It's a very small municipality that is close to Vaasa.
If anything, it surrounds Vaasa.
It is.
So Vaasa is in the middle.
So we find ourselves living here in Mustasaari, which is very, very close to Vaasa. The big things are around us, but we choose to be on the countryside.
Hey, it's the best place to live.
Why do you say so?
Well, I think when you think of the part of the countryside where we are living, we are literally 10 minutes away from the heart of Vaasa.
Yes.
So, you get the best of both worlds. You get to live in quiet neighborhoods. And I mean, Vaasa itself is already quiet, but, it's more nature around. And so for me, I've really enjoyed living in Mustasaari.
You just mentioned two worlds. And right now, you happen to be living in one.
Yes.
But what are you... How did you get to Finland?
Well, it's a long, short story. For me, I came to Finland because I met someone special. So back home, I started as an electrician. So I was working as an electrician, and the normal job challenges back home, or let's just say everywhere.
Okay.
So I was jumping from small job to small job, and the region in Zambia where I originally come from, it's in the mining areas.
Okay.
So as someone in a technical field, those are the biggest employers, like the mines. They are pulling in quite a lot of people. So where you are doing interviews, struggling here, there, all that. Then it came a big opening. The mines were recruiting 1,500 people.
Wow.
I showed up for the interviews, did my interview. My friends started getting jobs, confirmation letter mine was not coming. So now I got a job of following up on the job. So, every time I had to go to the offices to ask if things have changed, because they're like, oh, it's still ongoing. We are still calling. But, the rate at which people were showing up, like, oh, I got a confirmation. I'm going for the medicals and all that and all that. So then I met a former college mate. She had been studying mechanical engineering and me electrical. So she was like, you have been here. I've also attended this. I've not gotten a job yet. So now I had a partner in crime being also encouraged on that sad journey of going there, with no news. You go there like, oh, nothing has changed. We'll let you know. So one day we are walking from there and we are talking and thinking, oh, should we move to another city? Because it's in Zambia, there is a copper belt region. So it's a number of places where the mines are lined.
Okay.
So we are thinking, maybe we now go deeper, the less developed towns where the mines are, because those were still growing.
Okay.
So we are walking from there, and then she holds my hand and says, Cynthia, can you look up? I'm looking at what's there? Look up again. I looked. I was like, what is it? Why are you so dramatic? And she's like, the power lines, they were not here yesterday. I was like, okay. And she was like, where these power lines came from? One of us has a job. So now the challenge is where to follow the power lines, in this direction or in that direction. So, because she has grown up in that city or town, and I was new there. So she was like, if we go in this direction, it's the mines, like the entrance to the mines.
Yeah.
So if the lines have gone inside, we know it's a dead end.
True.
If we go this, it goes as far, it can even go as far as Congo.
Yeah.
And we can't walk to Congo. So, we started with the mines direction.
Okay.
And just, they had made like a power line in the bushes. It's kind of in between the lines and the residential offices. So it wasn't really like that much in the woods.
Okay.
So, we didn't walk more than 100 meters. So we saw ABB vehicles parked outside. And then there were like just constructions ongoing.
Okay.
And some pylons standing like where the power lines had come. So my friend was like, and we saw the white guys, apparently the Finns.
Yeah.
So my friend was like, a white person in my country is called a Musongo.
A Musongo?
Musongo.
Musungu.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, these Basongos, now that's plural, they are very fair. If there is a job, we get it. If there is no job, we don't get it. So, they had the fence around.
Okay.
So we walked there, we found Getman, our own people. So we're like, oh, so what's going on here? It was like, oh, they are going to build a substation. They have started, and that room is a substation, blah, blah, blah. And we're like, okay, so how do we need to talk to the person who is the boss here. Like we're just going right for the queue. Yeah. So funny enough, a Zambian guy comes out. It's a construction site.
Yes.
So he's quite covered in dust because they have been, like
drilling and doing some digging.
Yeah, and this building cement dust and all that. So he comes and we are looking at each other and like, oh my God, here we go again. That feel. And he was like, yeah, I hear you have come looking for a job. So what have you been doing? So my friend was the spokesperson. She was like, she has done electrical, I've done mechanical. And he was like, okay, for you who has done electrical, put your name and number here. We'll call you. We'll soon need electricians.
Okay.
So I wrote my name, put my number, and I say, don't you want to see my papers? He was like, didn't you say you've done electrical? After we left, we laughed. We sat down to laugh on the ground, We're like, what was that? And
no need for papers.
No need for papers. So we went, and I think it was maybe Tuesday, Wednesday. On the weekend, I found my phone. I think it was 7, 8 missed calls.
Ooh.
A strange number. But this African girl mentality, I'm like, who is this one who has been beating me? I don't even realize I've left my phone. Someone could have actually been calling. In Zambia, I don't know if you have it in Nigeria.
Yeah.
When someone doesn't have the airtime, they'll call and then call.
Yes, we have that.
Yes.
We call it flashing.
Yeah, we call it paging. So I was like, who is this one who has been paging me? Let me page back.
Okay.
So, you
did the same.
I did the same, and shortly it rang. So I was like, oh, hi, Cynthia. And I was like, hi. That voice of not interested.
Already?
Not knowing what's going on. Because you're like, first, who is calling me?
Yeah, and then you hear a mail voice, you're like,
yeah.
No,
Yeah.
this energy is not given.
Yeah, like, hi. Oh, are you still, the town was Chidilavombwe.
Okay.
Are you still in Chidilavombwe? I'm like, yeah. Who is this? Are you able to come for a job on Monday? I was like, hi, who am I talking to? Now everything changed. So I was like, didn't you come looking for a job on a substation site? I was like, yes, I did. So yeah, you come on Monday. Are you still in Chilavombo? I was like, yes, I am. I was like, okay, come on Monday. But if possible, please just come with some safety shoes. We don't have safety shoes, but we can give you like the work suit, and had that.
Wow.
And then I called immediately before I could even tell my family. I called my friend.
Okay.
I was like, my friend, they called me from the substation. And she was genuinely happy for me. She was like, she always said to me, Cynthia, if at least one of us gets a job, I know if you go in first, you pull me in. If I go in first, I'll pull you in. That.
She said it to you.
Yeah.
Wow.
So now we started hunting for a safety shoe, because that's not my town. That's not where I live. I don't have time to go to my parents.
Yeah.
And I don't even have the money for that transport to go and come back. So we asked there were some South African guys, when we are passing. We were like, when do they whistle? Let's go. So went there, got the shoes, and I showed up on Monday. And the first guy I met on site apparently is now my husband. So, we met on site, I was introduced, and I started working like that. And funny enough, the people that came after me, I saw the interviews they did. I was like, God, at your appointed time, there are no factors. Because I could have failed that interview.
Wow.
I could have failed. And, I worked for 2 months before they said that, Cynthia, we now need your papers, so that we enter them in the book, in the main books in Osaka, like in the capital where they had the head offices.
Wow. Hold on. Hold on. The first person you met on the day that you went to resume your work
is today my husband.
Is today your husband.
Yes.
And this happened in faraway country, Zambia.
In Zambia. On site, me wearing oversized shoes. Because I wear size 38, we found safety shoe 41.
Wow.
So I wasn't even looking that cute.
Oh my God, this is unimaginable.
Yeah, so, and that was 2008. That was 2008. And we worked together after some time. He came to Finland because that was an ABB project.
Okay. But
there was a Finnish guy who had a company. So what used to happen when ABB has a project in Zambia, he provides the labor.
The employees.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, it was like a labor contract with ABB. So he went and worked on one substation. There's the second one. And then again, he came because he has also done electrical. So he He was like commissioning, they do it in parts. So when he left, I think it had been about 3 months when he left. The communication was just on another level.
Yeah.
Like he was consistent and all that and all that. And I was slowly getting interested. But then my mind was in moving to South Africa. Because then South Africa was preparing for the World Cup 2010.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
So I was like, I'm going to move to South Africa because I saw that my contract there wasn't looking so promising because, it went in phases. And if they finish that, then they're waiting for a new contract or they go elsewhere and things like that.
Okay.
So I was like, after this, no, maybe I move to South Africa now. So when we're talking and he had come back, he was asking like, so what are your plans? I was like, well, I'm thinking of going to South Africa. Do you know anybody there? I was like, not really, just friends. So what are you going to do? I said, well, look for a job for a start. I was like, why don't you visit me in Finland since I'm there? Like, just come.
He told you this?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he paid for everything. I visited for 2 months, summer of 2009.
Okay.
And I was thinking like, well, he's a decent guy. He's, and he was showing me the Finnish lifestyle. Our girls or us when we are with the Muzungu, you are thinking that you have won some kind of lottery, some kind of jackpot. You're going to live better than Queen Elizabeth, or like that high life. You think that now this is. But in those 2.5 months I was here, he was very practical. He was like, if you move to Finland, things may move really slow for you. You may even be without a job for even up to 5 years. I was like, 5 years for that? I was like, well, there are the languages to start with. And also, when he got paid, it was like, so I have things like this, so this is how the money is flowing, and this is the lifestyle. And, he showed me Finland. Like, we drove, people get surprised. Oh, have you been to Kusam? Have you been to your Zambian? Have you been, like...
This is an intentional Finnish man.
Yeah, like he went all out. he showed around, but, he was very realistic.
Yes.
He even told me, if you come back, if we are together, we will have to cook ourselves. We can't eat
outside
every day. We won't travel every day.
Wow.
We have to make the money also to travel. And just like that, when I went back, then it was like, nope, you need to come back. So we came back 2010, we got married, and here we are today, soon 16 years as husband and wife next year.
Wow. Congratulations in advance.
And 18, almost, then it will be 18 years together. So it's...
Wow. It's, this is a different kind of story.
Yes, that's why I say, like, Finland, everyone has their own story. So my Finland is not your Finland.
True.
We are living in the same Finland, going to the same shops, but how I see Finland and how you see Finland is totally different.
You were introduced to Finland while you were living in Zambia.
Yes.
And the best person for the job of introduction did it.
Yeah, he did quite a good job. So it's really interesting because, like perceptions and also, when I was thinking of Finland, I was thinking of skyscrapers, like America, New York, that concrete jungle.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you're coming, you're like, where are the skyscrapers? They'll be showing you some building in Tampere.
Yeah.
This is our tallest building. You're like, Yeah, but we are the friends to this building.
Yeah, where are the friends? The tall friends to this building. Oh my God.
So, it's those things of the cultural shock, but I still say that Finland has been kind to me, of it took me in right from the beginning, from the day I first stepped in Finland. I've been with the Finns. So my perception of Finland is probably like from the inner circle now.
Yes.
Like I've observed it whilst inside, like the Finnish culture. And
How is that world like? When I asked this because now you were prepared into that world. Again, I'm going to say it and I'll say it clearly. The best person for the job realistically showed you Finland in pictures, in movies, and gave you an overview of what it is like to be and see the daily living of an average Finn. He didn't create an illusion.
no,
So, with such a preparation, and now that you have lived in that world now from 2010,
yeah, from 2010,
and this is 2025, that's 15 years.
15 years.
For 15 years that you have been in the inner world, what is it like to be in that world, comparing it as a Zambian?
Well, I think it's a lot of misperceptions. I'll start, let's say, on family level.
Yeah.
I think we Africans or Asians, South Americans, Caribbeans, we talk of how much discipline we have,
Yes.
because we are these authority figures, like,
Yes.
like we are like, you feel my presence.
True.
But there's so much discipline in those circles also. You easily see it. I give an example of this, what they call the Easter witches.
Yes. Yeah.
Have you seen how those kids behave when you leave a bowl of candy to them? They take one. You have to beg that kid to take two.
Wow.
They are thinking not to spoil the fun for others. They're not like, okay, this is what's happening. Someone must, if there is this much, someone is coming behind me.
Me.
Coming to this, they give this freedom to the children, but they are also holding a bit.
Control.
They are showing, they are walking close by, testing the limits and moving back. So, it's not like, I think for us, we have this where I'm the teacher, I'm standing in front and I'm giving.
Orders.
Yeah, like instructions.
Yes.
Or things like that. Because when you think of it, when they are 15, is it at 15? Yeah, 12, 9th grade is 15. Yeah, going into 16. They can go to what we call boarding schools back home.
Yes.
But our boarding schools are so strict, they even have a bedtime for you.
That's true. Yes. Yes.
They have like...
Yeah, everything is...
Yes.
Is put in schedules.
Yeah. They are boarding schools. It's like an apartment. The child is coming in, a 16-year-old, all by themselves. All by themselves, they decide, I need to be in class. They go, they come back. They plan their own thing. So, we may be these forceful seen as authoritarians, but for them, they are preparing their children for survival.
Wow.
Right from a very young age. I also used to see it in my daughter and my mother-in-law. When she was small, when it's time to eat, I'll start to serve food. My mother-in-law will be like, no, what do you want? And in my head, like, is she aware that this person is 2 years old?
So she asked.
She asked, what do you want? So, they are teaching them to test the limits already from a very young age. And other things, they struggle in many ways, just as we struggle. But, I think as an immigrant, you are trained to see the successful things. So the ones that are failing, you are not seeing them, even if they're in your face. Because all that have come here, we all want to make it.
True.
That's why we are fighting. We want to make it. And our idea of making it is probably something that's running a successful business for the entrepreneur, a fin in a tie for the corporate world. But you're not seeing that fin that is packing things in the supermarket. You won't see that because that's not what you want to be. So, it's, and people would say like, yeah, Finns are not so ambitious, like they are not so driven. They have the drive, but they also have limitations, just like we do. So, it's these things now, when you're inside, you see them differently.
Yes.
If I've heard someone say like, well, if I was born in Finland where education is free and everything is free, I wouldn't work in a supermarket. Of course, no one would want to work in a supermarket. Everyone wants to be the one that's not working in the supermarket.
And there is the illusion, there is the perspective that we all come with.
Yeah.
Thinking that ambition is all that is in life abroad.
No, and I like their, their attitude towards work and their thoughts around, they have respect for clean hustle,
Say it again, please.
They have respect for the clean hustle. If you're working hard, they don't care what you do. People proudly introduce, this is my husband, he's a door bouncer. In back home, a slay queen, can she introduce a diva to the friend that this is my husband, the door bouncer?
Wow.
No, because they know it's honest money. So, it's this thing, this pride. And it's also knowing personal limitations. Not everyone can do the calculus. And it's okay. It's very, very okay.
It is.
But where we come from, everyone wants to be an engineer, a lawyer, a doctor. It's not for everybody. And it's okay. Let those that can be. It's okay. It's not like they are more special than you. No.
If you saw this inner world in this number of years that you have seen it, do you at some point feel detached from your Zambian heritage?
Actually, no. And that is also another thing. I don't know if I can say the Finns are very maternal. Like, who you are is very important. Like this deep personal identity, not like who are you, Steve? No. Like the Steve that's connected to that umbilical cord.
It's what they're interested in.
Yeah. It's very important. They encourage you not to lose that. And it's like my daughter, she doesn't speak Bemba. I do speak Bemba, but she always hears they have conversations. So, she has not picked up. Few words I've tried to teach, but they say those things. Use your language, connect,
Yeah, Bemba is your native language.
That's my native language. So,
Is it the biggest language in Zambia?
Well, I think we are just too loud. We are the noisemakers of Zambia.
I know, Cynthia. Since Bemba speakers are pronounced, and they are most likely one of the...
It's the bigger groups. Okay. No, I think, Bemba has like dialects and all that. Okay. But, like places like the Copper Belt, those bigger employers,
Mm-hmm.
initially the Bembas filtrated in there. So, those are regions that pour in and people just fall into the language.
Yeah.
And so, and I think, I don't know, maybe they're just difficult to learn other languages. So
Are there Bemba speakers here in Finland?
Well, your friend, for instance, and the wife. If anything,
the Kasungus.
Yes, those are. It's quite a lot of us.
Okay.
Even Angela is Bemba.
Oh.
So it's a lot. I think in Vaasa. Do we have anyone? No, Irene is not Bemba.
Please, we're going to use this opportunity now that you mentioned Bemba as your native tongue, and there are so many of them that even very close friends of mine are also Bemba speakers.
Yeah.
Use this medium in your native language of Bemba to speak to all the Bemba speakers around the world who might get to watch this video. Salute them in your native language, please.
Atshanva Mwanamayo, and muntu wenu here in Finland. So I'm here chatting na brother Waisuyu from Nigeria. Turesho kupandaula how it is okukuka from home to another foreign land. So much love. Bachinje batindande PhD, but it's so difficult to flow. But when I'm with my own,
you flow better.
Yes, I flow better, and it's also one thing, like what I liked about my husband. When I moved here, he introduced me to the Zambians. He had found the Zambians for me.
It found the Zambian community for you to get.
Yes, and it wasn't many of them. It was, I found Angela, Linda, and there was Pamela. So I worked with Angela's husband in Zambia.
Okay.
So he knew
Angela's husband, that's Johnny.
Yeah.
The forest man.
Yes.
Okay.
So I worked with him and my husband. They were on the same project.
Right here in Zambia.
In Zambia.
Okay.
So Angela came before me.
Okay.
So my husband knew Angela was here.
Okay.
And Angela had found the other Zambians, so,
Okay.
he connected me to them, and he said something that was really, up to now, it has touched my heart, and I think about it. He says that, you will make friends through me. And, he has a social circle. His friends, they have wives. And he said, but these people are my friends. They'll talk to you, they will invite you places because of me. If something happens between us, you'll be on your own. So you need your own. You need this. And the drama, African drama women, well, it's not just Africans. Every time, my phone will stop ringing for some days, you ask, have you fought with your sisters?
Oh my God!
Have you fought with your sisters?
Oh, this man is special. Like you don't get it better than this.
Yeah, have you fought? It's like, well, you need them. After you how things are here, it's very difficult to make friends, and you see it the longer you
stay.
It's not like Finnish people are not friendly. They are friendly, but they have boundaries also. So, it takes a lot of time. Like for me, I work. I never go for lunch alone. Someone will always, Cynthia, lunch plans. They'll tell me, this is what we are doing this weekend. If someone will be telling you they are planning a party. In Africa, that's an invitation.
Yeah.
In Finland, it's not. It's a story. They are telling you. It doesn't mean you're invited.
Cynthia, please take it slowly. Hold on. Even when somebody is telling you about their plans, it is not an invitation.
No, it's not.
It's just a story.
It's a story. They are telling you, they're sharing what they are doing.
So not until they officially invite you.
Yes. Then you're invited.
You are really living in two different worlds.
Yes, because if you're telling me, my sister, on Saturday, it will be this and this. I'm coming. You have invited me. That's why you're telling me. But there, you have to be invited. Otherwise, it's a story.
Do you, at any point in time, now that your husband introduced you to the Zambian world, are you still part of the Zambian community?
I'm very much, I've been very much part of the Zambian community. And I think it also stems back from my young age. I grew up in Botswana. So I've
Okay.
spent about close to 10 years of my life as a child in Botswana.
Okay.
And there, I think my parents set the example of how to live away from home. You know, we always had Zambian families around us. We made friends with the natives, but it was always, and like you call in Nigeria, you say Mama, Papa, someone, Mama Prince, Papa Sharon. But there, we are not allowed to call them like that. It's Uncle Steve,
Wow.
Auntie Cynthia. So it created
Stronger bond.
stronger bond. And when you move away from home, you learn that your countrymen, your kinship in that land are the closest you get. If something happens, God forbid, then you know how far Finland is, even from Nigeria.
True. And I am privy to the information that the Zambian community in Finland celebrated their independence. I think it was last weekend
In Rauma.
in Rauma. The chairperson, Michael Monno, invited the Nigerian Association in Vaasa. He sent me the invitation, although it came in a bit late. Nonetheless, the executives, we had a deliberation on it and we threw it out to the Nigerian community. So I know that the Zambian community in Finland is very strong. And my guy, Clement Mr. CK.
He's part of the executive.
Yeah, when I visited his family in Vanta, he had a phone meeting. They were deliberating about the plannings and whatever that was going to take place. Were you there in person?
Yes, I drove there.
From
Vaasa
to Rauma?
Yes, and back.
Wow, that's a long trip.
Yeah, so I did go with some two Zambians from here. We drove there, had fun, came back. I think it's also something we come to look forward to. Like you meet new people, you meet the people you don't see most of the time.
Yes.
And I really wish like more people can, get out of this bubble of like, well, the Nigerians gossip too much or my Zambians gossip too much. So what? Just join in the gossip. Gossip also. If they gossip also.
If they gossip also.
Yes.
But be a part of it.
Be a part of it. If they step on your foot, step back. The goal is to still stay united. Because look at this darkness we are talking about. Where will you go? When you knock off from that work where you were mingling with the Finns, they have gone back to their lives. Bubbly, it's a bubbly world.
Yes.
In this Finland where Finns are quiet and reserved. It's a very bubbly world.
Wow.
I always joke, I say, I don't see the quiet Finns that people talk about. You need to show me where they the Finns I meet, they are bubbly, they talk, they joke, they ask questions. And I think maybe that's also another thing. They are curious. They have this curiosity of a small child.
You want to observe.
Yeah, they observe from a distance. You know how a child is.
Yeah.
They observe, but once they get it, then they dig in, they ask questions.
So from your experience, you think it is not true that Finns are shy?
No, the Finns are not the Finns are not shy.
Why do we have this
Perception.
supposed perception that the
I-
Finns love to keep to themselves?
Yes, they do that with strangers. They keep to themselves. How do I say? They they value friendship to start with. They value friendship. When I think of my husband, he has friends from daycare, like
Wow.
friends he has been with from daycare. All my husband's friends, I can trust them. Like, okay, this, I think the closest newest is from his university days. There are some from work, but it's not the same kind of connection. But those like university backwards, those are the ones. Summer, if you don't meet me up, we are busy catching up with
Yes.
with those. When it's so dark and like this, the warm candles you're seeing, they are gathered inside there. So it's two parts. Yes, Finland can be lonely, especially if you seclude yourself. And that's the biggest challenge for us, for immigrants that come here. We come with this perception that, okay, I'll be like a Finn. No, the Finn you're seeing has people. They have a strong support system. The lonely ones, those that have no one, yes, but they're probably not,
Yeah, the minorities.
yeah, but those that have friends, close family, and those are tight knit, bubbly circles.
Wow.
So you'll be here in this same Finland, you'll be only talking of how the Finns are shy, they like to keep to themselves, yes, with strangers.
They do so with strangers.
Yes, they do it with strangers, but once you break beyond that stranger point, then you're seeing a different side.
When your husband told you that you are going to get to know people through him, you are going to meet his friends through him, you are going to find yourself in association with his friends. But if something goes wrong
Between me and him,
between you and him,
I'm alone.
you are alone. How did you feel?
Well, I think it was some reality check that, sometimes you need to hear these truths so that when you're puffing yourself of how protected you are, or, how you don't need the others, you remember that it's a possibility. I have people because one person has held my hand. And it's that person that's connecting me to
them.
So if he let go, he's still connected to them. I'm let go. I'm now there standing. And these human relationships, they need cultivation. You need to invest in them. I jokingly said to my friends here that, a friendship, you need, we have this saying, "Kubebesha mbabula," like when you have charcoal,
Yeah.
when you light it, you need to fan it
Yes. Yes.
so that it lights.
Yes.
That's friendship, especially here in Finland, because you will isolate yourself and then this darkness out there will deal with you. It will.
You mentioned seclusion. You mentioned somebody holding your hands. What would you tell people who, for instance, just want to live in their bubble with no one holding their hands, but they are afraid of connecting to their own community?
Well, I think it's that part we have talked about. Most of the people that have cut themselves from their own, mostly it's the thought of that gossip.
Yeah.
But, and I've said, if someone gossip, just go, you also know something about them, just gossip also. Maybe I'm that bad example. Just go.
2010, you got a job in 2008. You visited Finland in the summer of 2009.
Yeah.
And then you moved fully to Finland in 2010.
2010.
Yes.
And 2010, January 21st. And my husband is Swedish speaking.
Aha, your husband is Swedish speaking. Okay.
Yes. So, right from the beginning, I did hear Swedish around. But the funny thing is, I didn't differentiate Finnish and Swedish. It sounded the same, different as they are. Don't laugh. Don't laugh. It sounded the same. And my husband's brother's wife, she loves reading and all that. My husband's family was a very strong support system. I could not have asked for a better family.
Wow.
She was finding information what I needed to do. Like, I went to language school, so they were like, "Oh, you need to get into the languages. If anything, start with the language." But that's why I say my Finland is different from yours.
True.
Because for someone who is coming as a student, how are you going to start with the languages? How? It's not possible, because you have this schedule that you have to beat,
Yes.
attend the study points. So for me, I've accepted that, yes, I've worked hard, but Finland has been kind to me because, I've had this safety net
Yes.
underneath me, so I could free fall, because I knew that I'll fall on a net. It's not the same. You came as a student.
Yes, I came here as a student. Yes.
So you couldn't say, "Oh, you knew the language is important." It's not like you didn't. But the opportunity didn't present itself that you could do a tools down of what you came to study and do the most important, the language. But for me, I had that opportunity. So I started with Finnish and Swedish. I took them together at once. It was also a bit frustrating, because I was an electrician where I came from. But, it was this promise, it was that carrot. If I speak the language, I'll get a job. And still, my husband was also telling me, "What are your expectations?" So, I started the languages. First year, I did Finnish and Swedish. And like I said, my husband is Swedish speaking, so I'm hearing Swedish in my circle all the time. So I was like, well, I don't want to repeat this. So let me move to Finnish, because I don't hear Finnish so much. So I went on another year in Finnish. But then also I was observing I had done a 3-year technician. In Finland, a bachelor's degree is 4 years. But what had done that 3 years was difficult to equate to this ammatikoulu.
Okay.
Because in where I come from, that ammatikoulu stage is in high school. That's from 10th to 12th grade.
Okay.
But here I had gone to 12th grade, and then I had this, so they couldn't translate that. And of course, where I could have worked is mostly like in the factory floors at that level, because my soft skills were also non-existent.
Wow.
Back home, we did things with hands, we read.
Yes.
So the computer wasn't like that strong. And for me to be in a place where I could speak English and work, I needed the soft skills, which I didn't have.
Okay.
So I was between two rocks, or Van Damme would say nowhere to run. So, in all this time, I was thinking like, oh, what next? So then I was like, well, I live in Vaasa because I've lived in Vaasa all the time. I've not lived elsewhere.
Oh, that's
So
good.
I'm a Vaasa line.
You're a Vaasa then, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So I took a break, 1 year break in between,
The
like
language, okay.
on maternity leave. Then I started in Novia. So then I started with energy and environmental engineering. And I remember,
This is now a study course
yeah, now it's a,
in Novia.
yeah,
Okay.
like to study as a bachelor's degree in engineering.
Okay. Okay.
And I remember at this,
What year was this?
that was now 2013.
Okay.
So at the 12 Matoi store, I remember this lady when, because you go there, you tell your plans. And when I was like, oh, I'm going to study and all that, she was like, yeah, this is really good. You have been progressing so well. And, I'd already gotten like my Oki test in Finnish. So, I did like
Yeah.
was that February of 2012.
Wow. Within 2 years, you already had Uki.
Yeah.
Boy.
So she was like, no, you have been systematic, and yes, we know it will be difficult for you to get. So you can proceed like this, and when I went back, I found a different person, and she said like, oh, because now you're going to study in English, we are taking away the integration. There's this integration
plan.
Yeah, and mine was supposed to be from 2010 to 2014, 4 years.
Okay.
So she was like, now when you're going to study, we take it away. And I was like, okay. And she was like, well, you'll be getting no more student allowance. I was like, well, I need to start somewhere. I said, it's okay. And, she tried to tell me the amount many times. I was like, yes, I've understood. But of course, I've also discussed with my husband because, of course, it was a single income family.
Yeah.
And it has been even before. And even when I was applying, he said to me that you're not the type I should keep home. You frustrate me. Go and do your
Leave the house. Leave the house. That's a realistic man.
I'm like, no, you don't look like the type to keep at home. So he was supportive, and like I said, God is God. When I was starting now, I found a different person. Person number 3. She was like, who made this decision that you lose your integration? It has been proven that you have been progressing and you won't use your paper to get a job. So your integration will continue until 2014.
The third person made now another decision.
Yes.
Wow.
The second person took away that integration because I was going to study in English. And the third person put it back because I was on track. So 2 years I was doing like we were doing in the language every month. You go and then when I was going in third year, then I got like 278 because then of course we stayed on home and all that. So I didn't have the other allowances.
Yeah.
I just had the normal one. We were living in Kakpero and small kid and it was that fight and how it hurt every summer you applied for a job and you got no. But it was a comfort because I had Finnish classmates.
Okay.
They also got no. So I knew I wasn't getting a no because I was me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw people like, oh, this one speaks good Finnish, good Swedish. Yeah, my Swedish and Finnish come at gunpoint, and they're still not getting. and they're still not getting.
Yeah.
I never got any summer jobs until when I was in 4th year. I was going in 4th year then. Then my teacher gave me a project.
Okay.
to plan an intensive course, like for the industry around natural gas and liquefied biogas.
Okay.
So, I went all out and she was like, I really like how you work, but also to point out, I was more mature than my classmates. I was 10 years late for that classroom.
Wow.
So, I was
Yeah.
really like with young ones but I just did free for. I was on a mission. I did free for in the situation and I think that woman, she opened the doors for me. So I've said that we will say yes. I've worked hard, yes, I've been at the right place at the right time, but it needs to be the right people and rightfully prepared. So,
It needs to be the right people,
the right
and
place, right time, and rightfully prepared.
rightfully prepared. Wow.
Because if I'd met all those and I wasn't ready, nothing would have changed.
That's 100% true.
So, when people say you're so lucky, I say yes, we all need that 4% luck when these four things should align. Yes,
We all need the 4% when these four things are aligned. Wow.
yes, because without those things and it's tough to make it. I struggled in my own country to get a job. So it took me 8 years in Finland to earn my first official salary, like a full salary. I'm not talking about part time, you have 300 hours over 1 year. No, like where I'm going full time every day at the month, and then I get
8 years.
8 years. And I laugh when I see someone at 2 years. Oh, it has been so tough. I was like, learn, breathe, keep moving, watch and learn. So, you need that perseverance, of course.
True.
And no one came to Finland because it was so good where they were. Now they needed some stress, No one.
No one.
Everyone was like, in Finland, this is the hill I die on. This is where my destiny is. No one was like, oh, now house check, good salary check. Oh, okay, now I'm going to Finland because I heard there that a job can be difficult. No, everyone came to try because where you were, something was not working. So if it didn't work there, why can't you have the patience?
When you come here.
Yeah, why can't you have the patience? And of course, there are many challenges. It's a lot of things that you can't take away from people's stories. Yes, some have felt this injustice where they are racially profiled or, different things. But I tell a story that with my husband, when I first started, going to school by bus.
Yeah.
Back home, if I meet you at the bus stop 2-3 times, you're my friend.
Yeah.
You're my friend. The first time we are talking, fifth time I know everything about you.
True.
So, every time I sit on the bus, I'm sitting by myself and, people are moving. So, I said to my husband, people here don't like me. So I was like, where has that come from? So I was like, well, no one sits with me on the bus. Because, back home, a bus is this hub of activity, this
Yes. Chit
chat and things like that. And I was like, so where do you usually sit on the bus? I said, close to the driver. All the time. Okay, yeah. Like expecting some sympathy. I was like, why don't you sit at the back then? So, the following day, all hopeful, like a small child, I went and sat in the back. And no one sat. We used to live in Sunanvik.
Okay.
And I would get off at Air4.
Okay.
Yeah. I sat, auto stops, no one. I said to my husband, well, no one sat next to me today. I was like, oh, you can sit there tomorrow also. So I sat, and the third day I said, like, why do you keep telling me to sit at the back? Nothing changes. I was like, well, I was just thinking you'd see the bus.
You what?
You have the view of the
The
bus.
bus. Okay. Okay.
So, from that time, it changed how I looked at myself inside the Finnish society. Sometimes I'm not even visible. So when something happens around me, it's not because of me. It's because it's the culture. So you learn that, they are not even sitting next to each other. You start to see it's not really about me.
No, it's not.
And that is what kills us the most. Because first it starts with they don't like me. So whatever doesn't work afterwards, it's because they don't like you. You have already decided, you have already affirmed that they don't like you.
Not knowing that you are not seeing the whole picture.
You are not even seeing. And I say that, being a minority, it's a double-edged sword. If I do something good in a group of Finns, I already have the audience. I'm already visible. I just need to do the right dance. Same thing. If I do something small, 1 millimeter, as bad Western a Finn, it's more visible. So, you're on the spotlight.
All the time.
All the time. All the time you're on the spotlight. And after I graduated from Novia, I didn't even do a job for my interview that I have today. So I said to people when they ask, how do you get a job in Finland? I said, to tell you the truth, I've never written a successful job application in my life. The jobs I've written for, I've not gotten.
So you don't even have any basis to tell a person, write it this way.
No.
Because all the ones you have written.
I've not gotten.
Oh boy, what a story.
So the ones I've written, I've not gotten. But the ones where they have called me, I've loved it anyhow. And I remember when I first because I got the job 1 month after I graduated my bachelor's.
Okay.
So they called me like, have you started working from Novia? I was like, no, like the research department where I am now.
Okay.
I was like, no. Would you like to come in and discuss with us? We have a project. So they had 2 projects, and yes, one was run by the same lady that gave me the first project the first time.
Okay.
And another one by one of my former teachers. So, when I got that, they were telling me, 10 months. I was like, now I have time to look for a job. I got a job and I was like, yes, I have time to look for a job. Because in my head, a job was in Bachelor and ABB.
Yeah.
That is where I wanted to be.
Yeah, that was the first thing you saw back home in Zambia.
Yeah, and also, maybe because I came from industry, so I had this yearning for working with my hands. But at that level, I couldn't even have worked with my hands so much if I'd really opened my eyes. So my first contract was 10 months. When we were getting to 9 months, I was starting to stress because there was no job and I didn't see that I didn't write to. I didn't even breathe in between. I don't even think I knew what I was writing. And when it was almost ending, my boss was telling me we have another opening, 2.5 years.
After just 9 months.
Yes.
Wow.
2.5 years. Again, I was like, yes, I have time to look for a job. And, I would work in the lab and all that. And, 6 months in my new contract, I literally stopped And I talked to myself. I said, Cynthia, wait a minute. You have a job. Like, what are you looking for? What do you want? So, just from that question, my attitude towards the job changed. And I started seeing the beauty in it. And now we are talking, I'm 8 years in that place.
Wow.
The same place where I went to look for a job, where I was happy to get a job so that I can. And now I see things differently. So, it's those things. Where you want to be is not where you may start. Be open-minded. Open your eyes, what opportunities are there, and all the time, do your best.
Wow.
Do your best. You may think others will say, that's a shady. If it's your best, it's your best. Shady or not, you have tried your best, because even when it doesn't work, you put in your best.
Did you mentioned you got the UK? Was it in Finnish or in Swedish?
In Finnish.
Did you get UK in Swedish?
I did my master's in Swedish.
Huh? You did what? You just told me that you did your bachelor's in English.
Yes, I did my bachelor's in English. And like I said, when I first started working in Novia, I didn't feel like it was my place. I was constantly wanting to go out.
Okay.
So then I started doing a master's at Åbo Academy in Swedish. But because I'm not Swedish native, I had to write the Swedish language proficiency
exam.
Yeah. And for that one, because it's a master's, you need highest proficiency. So it's 4, 5, or 6. And I wrote 7 exams to get into that one. The first time I failed, I was shocked, because failing has never been my strength.
Oh boy.
And I did like 2, 3, no, I think I did 3 or 4 exams back to back, because I was in shock.
Yeah.
I was getting the intermediate, the 3. And after the 4th one, I was like, oh, this is serious now. I need to sit down and make a strategy. But they had given me an opportunity where I could study as an extra student.
Okay.
The only difference was that I couldn't graduate, and I didn't have the other students' benefits.
Okay.
So like on aggregate, if it was an English program, I qualified.
But if it was for Swedish,
so I needed the language.
Yes.
As an extra.
And you were doing this while you were working?
I was working full time. And studying full time. And I laugh when people say, oh, you are so lucky. I said, yes, the harder you work, the more luck I seem to get. So, it's like my luck is very much connected to pushing, to keep moving. And also what attracted me to the study program in Åbo Academy, I did chemical and process engineering with majoring in energy technology.
Okay.
I could have done that in English, probably from the University of Vaasa, just the energy technology part.
Yeah.
But that program was created for the industry here, to have more Swedish-speaking engineers in industry.
Wow.
So, it was something that was on demand. And I know that before COVID, everyone that graduated from that program was sucked into industry immediately.
Okay.
Whether they did their thesis for an industry or not. So, it was also that thing that, well, let's see if this thing will kill me.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
So I started, and sometimes I said to my husband that, do you know that I understand thermodynamics better in Swedish than in English? Because, I was learning those terms in
Swedish.
In Swedish. And I had one exam where I said to the professor that, could you please prepare the exam in English for me? Because I thought I would think faster in English. When the exam came, I wrote, the professor reached out, can I have a meeting with you? He said, well, you failed, but you were onto something. I could see that you were onto something, but somehow you were just like losing it from nowhere.
The language.
The language.
And now, it wasn't the problem was English language.
The English language. So he said to me that, I tried to help you here and there, but still I couldn't make you cross the line. But I think the problem was the language. Why don't you take the Swedish version and solve the whole exam? Then I'll consider it as an extra task because you were really close, like you knew what you were doing, but I just don't know what was happening. And he said, you get a 1. It was a very tough course. And I sat down after the Zoom call. I was like, before he changes his mind, I started solving. He reached out a week later. Can we go through the questions so that when you submit, you don't have to submit the wrong things? So I said, yeah. I had a meeting with him at Scanned. This was during COVID, so I bought like a printer and scan.
Okay.
So I scanned like because I had solved by hand, I really needed to like feel it.
Yeah.
So I scanned and I uploaded. So when I said, oh, by the way, I've started solving. I'm almost done. So it was like, yeah, you share what you have been doing. And it was looking, it was quite like, so why didn't you do this in the exam?
He was impressed.
Yeah, he said, like, why didn't you do this in the exam?
What?
He was like, well, this meeting is unnecessary.
Cynthia.
So, it's like...
And now you did it in Swedish.
Now I did it in Swedish. So I was like, okay. I was like, don't ask me 2 weeks from now these questions, because I probably won't. But, oh my God. It came with the language, and I think, well, when I work in Novia, I use English quite a lot. Mm-hmm. It's very rare that I use Swedish or Finnish, but I can also sit comfortably in a meeting that's happening in Finnish or Swedish. And it's very funny because all the time when I'm in such meetings, if I'm the only one, they're always asking me, Cynthia, what language should we use? Should we use English or Swedish or English or Finnish if it's a Finnish group? And I always say, because I know, I could speak Finnish more.
Yes.
But I still don't want to make the blunders. Yes. So I applaud them for asking me because I know they equally feel the same way about English. So it's not that they don't want to speak English. It's just the same way we feel, like the ground is wobbly when you have to speak. Yes. You even tell things you haven't done simply because you can't find the right words to explain the things you have not done, and the police will be carrying you away. Confessing to a murder you have not committed.
Because of language.
And pronouncing the words wrongly. So, it happens for the Finns also. So, I've come to respect that, just that consideration. And I always say, I'll tell you when I'm lost. So, I'll follow them. What was that? And I laugh. I say, when I've been listening or been in a meeting in Finnish, I focus so much. I feel tired afterwards because I sit like this. I can't blink. I need.
So you can hear all of it.
Yes, I can't multitask. If it's in English, someone can be talking and I can type and do things and I'll still be there. So I'm like, the way I feel is the way everyone feels.
Why do I think you have done much more work than any immigrant in this time of living in Finland?
No, I don't think I've done. I don't think I've done more.
You did your master's in Swedish.
Yeah.
Did your bachelor's in English.
Yeah.
And then you had to write the language proficiency exam in Finnish.
Yes.
And all of this you did in your early years, and even while you were fully working.
Hey, you have to do what you have to do. Because I was also thinking, like, the times when I had been working, I was on contracts part-time. So, like, cutting myself out, the whole point of going to school is to get a job. So, everything that we are topping up in terms of education should be to support you financially.
Yes.
So I think the most not smartest thing to do would be to either quit a job to go and study. But like I also said, I didn't feel like I was on solid ground with my bachelor's.
Yes.
So, and now when I did my master's, it was good. I was working with what I was studying. I was studying with what I was working.
Okay.
So, I could move the information back and forth.
When you drop these things, it hits my head, and I don't know how, but sometimes I feel like just telling you to stop, let me digest it. He said, we're going to take you back. He said, you are working
with what I was studying.
With what you were studying.
Yes.
And you are studying with what
I was
working. Please, this one will end this part of the episode. I need to let it simmer a bit. We are going to come back. If you've been following us, you know we are talking with Linda.
No,
with Cynthia, sorry. let this thing simmer. It's too much. Let me say it again, but those of you who don't understand. You are studying with what you are working, and you are working with what you are studying. See you on the concluding part of this episode. Thank you.